On February 5, 2025, U.S. President Donald Trump unveiled a controversial proposal regarding the Gaza Strip. He suggested that Israel relinquish control of Gaza to the United States. This move, according to Trump, would pave the way for a massive redevelopment project in the region. The crux of his plan involved resettling the Palestinian population of Gaza elsewhere. Trump envisioned a Gaza transformed. He spoke of a future Gaza teeming with modern infrastructure and economic opportunities. The president also hinted at the involvement of other countries in financing this ambitious redevelopment. However, the proposal lacked concrete details, especially regarding the resettlement process and its long-term implications. Trump's aides were quick to clarify certain aspects of the proposal. They emphasized that the U.S. takeover of Gaza wouldn't be permanent. They also downplayed the necessity of a large-scale U.S. military presence in the region. However, these clarifications did little to quell the storm of controversy that erupted in response to Trump's pronouncements. The proposal immediately became a lightning rod for criticism. Many saw it as a blatant attempt to erase the Palestinian presence in Gaza and legitimize Israeli control over the territory. The lack of Palestinian involvement in the plan's formulation further fueled these concerns. Trump's proposal was met with swift and widespread condemnation from the international community. The United Nations, along with numerous countries, voiced their strong disapproval. China, a growing power on the world stage, denounced the plan as a violation of international law. Key U.S. allies in the Middle East, including Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Jordan, also rejected the proposal. They expressed deep concerns about its potential to destabilize the region and further escalate tensions. European powers like the UK, France, and Germany echoed these sentiments. They criticized the plan's disregard for Palestinian rights and its potential to exacerbate the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Turkey, a vocal critic of Israeli policies, condemned the proposal in no uncertain terms. The Turkish government called for international action to prevent what it deemed an illegal land grab. The resounding message from the international community was clear: Trump's plan was a non-starter. The proposal also drew sharp criticism from human rights organizations worldwide. Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch both labeled it as a form of ethnic cleansing. They highlighted the lack of free, prior, and informed consent from the Palestinian people, a fundamental principle of international law. Legal experts were quick to point out the numerous violations of international law inherent in Trump's proposal. The forced displacement of the Palestinian population from Gaza, even if termed temporary, was deemed illegal under international law. Critics argued that the plan amounted to a blatant disregard for the Palestinian people's right to self-determination. The humanitarian implications of the proposal were equally troubling. The Gaza Strip, already grappling with a dire humanitarian situation due to years of conflict and blockade, could ill afford further upheaval. Concerns were raised about the feasibility of resettling such a large population, and the potential for further human rights violations during the process. The proposed resettlement plan lacked specifics, raising alarm bells among humanitarian organizations. The absence of a clear plan for providing essential services like housing, healthcare, and education to the displaced Palestinians amplified concerns. The international community was particularly apprehensive about the potential for this forced displacement to create a new refugee crisis in the region. The lack of transparency surrounding the proposal further fueled anxieties. The absence of any prior consultations with Palestinian authorities or representatives was perceived as a deliberate attempt to sideline Palestinian voices. This lack of inclusivity was seen as a major obstacle to any genuine efforts towards achieving a just and lasting peace in the region. The announcement of Trump's proposal cast a long shadow over the already fragile peace process in the Middle East. Ongoing ceasefire talks between Israel and Hamas, mediated by Qatar and Egypt, were immediately thrown into disarray. The proposal also threatened to derail U.S. efforts to normalize relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia, a key foreign policy objective of the Biden administration. Despite the turmoil caused by the proposal, Hamas, while vehemently condemning the plan, indicated its willingness to proceed with the planned hostage for prisoner swaps with Israel. This decision was seen as an attempt by Hamas to maintain a degree of leverage and agency amidst the uncertainty. The situation in Gaza remains precarious. The recent conflict, which resulted in over 61,000 Palestinian casualties, has deepened the humanitarian crisis in the Strip. While a U.S.-brokered ceasefire has been in effect since January 19, 2025, its long-term viability remains uncertain. The reactions within the U.S. to Trump's proposal have been mixed. The announcement reportedly caught even senior U.S. officials off guard, highlighting the lack of interagency coordination and strategic planning. While some Republicans expressed support for Trump's bold vision, Democrats and Palestinian-American groups were quick to denounce the proposal, calling it unrealistic, dangerous, and detrimental to U.S. interests in the region.